그리고 여자 입장이라서 제가 맞는 거예요. 이 남자가
엄마를 만나서 그걸 주는 사이야? 아니잖아.
서로 아는 사이예요. 서로
아는 사이인데 그 아줌마가 엄마 것까지.
하셔야 된다는 방법은 같습니다. 존경하는 국민 여러분.
You said you'd ask me for a dance, my dear, please take my hand. He said you carry me away, he's taking me to a distant place. I didn't know who I could be. You said be anything that you can dream. You didn't even know my name. You didn't, but a melody sparked lightning waves. Sing, little girl, sing. Sing, little girl, sing.
서부선 열차로만 타실 수 있는 충무로역입니다.
You said you'd ask me for a dance, my dear, please take my hand. He said you carry me away, he's taking me to a distant place. I didn't know who I could be. You said be anything that you can dream. You didn't even know my name. But a melody sparked lightning waves. Sing, little girl, sing. Sing, little girl.
Your device is connected.
in a stranger's home to feel a little less alone. Solo cup, solo love, both of us so over it. But I'm liking our dialogue. I'm trying to fit you in on my talk. Searching for you, somebody else. Replay conversations in my head about us. Trying to find the words I just can't say. I was running around you, watching words and biting my tongue. There's something about you, any movie scene when we talk. I don't wanna waste all this time just running around you, running around you. You were hello by my side, hello by my side, hello by my side. Talk to him, run it back. Everybody here's all the same, ain't it? Funny how we got here. We were close, but kept missing each other. Talk about time and now. Tell me more than just your name. Tracing fingers down along my knees. Just share another secret with me. Do you see me in somebody else? Replay conversations in your head about how you
차고 열차는 열차는